History is often written by the victors, but some of its most terrifying chapters were written in shadows. We've all heard the legends, a secret cult of killers, drugged into a frenzy, striking from the dark before vanishing like smoke. They called them the Hashashin, the assassins. For centuries, their name has been synonymous with cold-blooded murder. But what if the stories you know, the drugs, the mindless loyalty, the old man of the mountain, were mostly a lie? Today, we peel back the myths to find the true story of the Nizari Ismaili state. The story begins not with a killer, but with a scholar, Hassan-e Sabah. He wasn't just a leader, he was a master strategist. In 1090, without shedding a drop of blood, he captured the fortress of Alamut, the Eagle's Nest. Surrounded by the Alborz Mountains, Alamut became the heart of a state without borders. Hassan knew he couldn't face the massive Seljuk or Crusader armies in an open field. So he built a different kind of weapon, the Fidai, a dagger left on a pillow next to a sleeping king. Close up on the king's eyes snapping open. The popular myth says they were drugged with hashish to do their deeds. In reality, their greatest weapon was fear. They didn't want to kill thousands. They wanted to kill the one person who mattered. Imagine waking up to find a poisoned dagger stuck in the floor next to your bed with a note. What is close to your neck is closer than you think. They were masters of disguise. A monk, a beggar, a servant. The assassin could be anyone. Their goal wasn't just death. It was a political message. They were a small minority fighting for survival against empires that wanted them erased. Their goal wasn't just death. It was a political message. They were a small minority fighting for survival against empires that wanted them erased. For nearly 170 years, the Order held the world in a grip of terror. But even the shadows couldn't hide from the Mongols. In 1256, the unstoppable force of Hulagu Khan arrived at the gates of Alamut. The great libraries were burned, the fortresses leveled, and the Order was scattered to the winds. The history we have today mostly comes from their enemies, who painted them as monsters to justify their destruction. For nearly 170 years, the Order held the world in a grip of terror. But even the shadows couldn't hide from the Mongols, who painted them as monsters to justify their destruction. The assassins didn't just give us a word for murder. They gave us a lesson in the power of the underdog. They weren't just killers. They were a state built on intellect, secrecy, and survival. The next time you hear their name, remember, the truth is often much darker than the myth. If you enjoyed this dive into hidden history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold stories. The next time you hear their name, remember that the truth is often much darker than the myth.